Absolutely. And we're going to talk Tesla today. And I could have talked a little bit about Lucid, and Lucid was a great short. And Sean had Rivian, and that was a great short as well. But let's be honest, Tesla had earnings. They blew out their numbers, but we're going to the downside. And look, it's a volatile name. It's a high valuation, and that's one of those things you have to pay attention to. So because I was looking at other EV names to the short side today, I wasn't going to be in the Tesla short. And I think that's almost inexcusable as a momentum trader who doesn't mind going the other direction. However, if you're going to look for areas of support, if you're ever going to be counter trend, you've got to make sure you can define where your routes are going to be and what levels you want to play off of. So first things first, when we sat down, Tesla was doing nothing in the pre-market. But you did have that capitulation bottom on Monday at 850. So it's about the only thing you had to go off of. You got that 850 level at the top. And I can come back to why 950 should have been significant when you had the blowout in the afternoon and the Powell top. That 985. There was a 950 before that Fed day. So when that came into play today, that should have been a bit of a signal. However, you come back, pre-market levels up at that high, that 950 I talked about, not shorting off of that because, again, looking over at Lucid and other more important names that we thought would be better shorts. Just a monstrous drop. Sometimes momentum matters. Now, at least we were not looking for that long until we had either 850 or the secondary area here, 880 to 885, where there had been some previous support. That allows us to be very, very patient. And here's the key thing. Look at the velocity of the movement to the downside. Anytime you get this, and I've said it probably a million times in the morning show, when you get that initial bounce off of a key price area and it gets close to that target, even if it doesn't get to your price. In this case, I'm waiting 880 to 885. When it bounces just shy of that, that little relief pull back to VWAP, the first time is the best trade. And I know that deep down. I know the first time is the best trade, but it did not quite get to my price. I do try it the second time through. It then slams right through my stop, and I take the stop out. The only thing I think that we did well is that we do not try to fight this and get back in. It bounces, it comes back in the money. I didn't try to take it back in that 885 range. I didn't try to go long again in front of 880. I just said, hey, look, it bounced once. I missed it. It bounced. I tried to take it twice. It did not work. And then from that point on, you've got to be able to sit it out and be patient. The level was $850. It comes down here to about 8. It gets so close to that 855 area. And it's like, no, it's not quite there. That's not the trade I'm looking for. It bounces around, consolidation. And it isn't until, I can't make this up, right? But it isn't until just before we came back on air for the final 2 hours of the day for everybody that we hit that almost 825 mark. We go to 852, I should say. I get long just in front of it by 250. I go just over 1-to-1 for the scalp in case we continue the barcode to the downside. And now I'm looking to get a bit of a retrace on Tesla. So sometimes it's about going over what you could do better. One of those things was identifying that 950 level and being willing to go short. Now, ultimately, Lucid was a good trade, but Tesla was maybe the bigger fish that could have been shorted as well. The other thing is, if you don't get the bounce the first time, sometimes it's okay to say, hey, I missed my shot. Now I have to wait for the second one and then only be in the trade at 850. Sometimes you've got to be willing to do that for risk management purposes. Maybe we'll make the money back on Tesla here on that last trade if we break through VWAP, but that doesn't mean it still wasn't a mistake to either not leverage down on that bounce trade or be a little bit more aggressive on the first bounce. We can always look to do better here, and as someone who likes to short things, missing out on that short obviously doesn't make me very happy, but that's why we do these, so we can learn and get better every single day.